Many times when you think of a sales process, the one thing that comes to your mind is what scripts are you using, how are you reaching out to your audience, and what exactly is happening. So if you have been wondering or coming here with these questions, then this video is surely going to answer all of them for you. So hello entrepreneurs and business owners, welcome to this channel. I am Saranya Narayana Moorthy, a B2B marketing strategist and a sales consultant. So I help B2B business owners, entrepreneurs and companies to create a clear positioning for their product, find out the right audience, identify the right way to reach out to them with the proper sales system and a sales sequence, thereby helping them with a quicker sales cycle and most importantly close leads faster. So if you're here wondering how your B2B sales process is supposed to be or how exactly your scripts should be designed, then you're here in the right video at the right time. So without any further ado, let's jump right in, right? First of all, let's get one thing clear. When it comes to creating a sales sequence, it's not just the first email that makes a major change. But the first email does leave a significant impact that affects your entire sales cycle. Trust me when I say this, if a prospect does not get interested in you with your first cold email, they are not really gonna care about the next consecutive emails that you send. So ensure to have your first email very precisely sent. Now you might have a lot of questions around, okay, how many emails should I send? How should my sequences be? Especially when I cold email, what should I do? Especially if you're mass emailing, you will have this question a lot. I do not have a lot of space for customization because I need to be relatable to a lot many people and I'm not doing ABM right now. But you might have heard when you speak to many sales consultants, they say customize as much as possible. But today, let me tell you something. Customizing your emails and DM are specific to only those high value customers or to be very precisely put the account based marketing that you do. But when you're doing outbound sales, when you're focused on outbound marketing, you don't really customize a lot. But instead, you make sure you understand your persona better and craft your emails in a way that it resonates end to end. So today I am going to show you the 5-step framework of closing your clients with cold emails, and trust me, this sequence is not going to take a lot of time for you to set, but once you set it, you can set and keep automating it, and this will most certainly give you the right results. We have tried it, tested it, and this is right now our automated workflow that will give you the best results. So without any further ado, let's get to the framework, right? So this wheel that you see here is a 5-step framework specifically for email marketing. So now if you see, this is exactly the diagram that follows your sales process. It starts right from here. It's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and number 5. So what is this or how do you actually create it? So this, if you see, is your guideline of how your script should be, of exactly how your prospect should receive emails from you in order to sign up with you and get that confidence that you're the right person to work with. So let's decode each one of these, okay? So if you see step 1, this would be the first email that you sent. So how should this email be positioned? Let's say if you're taking a prospect, and what is your first intention? It is to make them understand that you are someone who provides the services that they need and they want you to remember as a person with authority, right? So that's exactly the intention of this email 1. It will position you with authority and make them feel like, okay, so when there is a requirement or for my own requirements at this moment, I can get in touch with this vendor. So when you establish this, you can make them more curious to know more about what are the upcoming offerings that you offer. So now this brings me to messaging number 2. So email number 2 is where you're showcasing your offerings. So this is where when I say showcasing your offerings, you don't just blindly list your services or get over with it. You would be going a little deeper to showcase your expertise, your experience, what you have done before, what is something that you can do right now, and how this entire thing contributes to the client. So here, from the authority that you already set, from the first impression that you created, you're building on and showing them more of how they can work with you. So this gives you the next edge, which will directly lead to number 3, wherein you are advocating for your services with a POC. Now, what is a POC? So let us say I tell you I have an organic sales system that once if you set up, it will identify who your prospects are with intent people who exactly wanted to buy your services based on who you wanted to work with, the demography of your choice. It will compile a list, and when we set up this messaging sequence, it will automatically reach out to them, follow up with them, engage with them, and drive your clients to booking a meeting with you. Let's say this is exactly the system that I have set up for many of my clients and for myself as well, and it has worked wonders for the past 3 years. Now, when I tell you this, you will be curious. But alongside being curious, you wanted to know how will it work? What would be the, let's say, the reply rate, the acceptance rate? How many people can I expect to book a meeting with me? So this is exactly where I need to give you a proof of concept. A proof of concept is where this is already done, this is already established, this is already given result, and what are the case studies for it. So when I show you that this already worked for maybe in your own industry, you will get an idea of, okay, so if this has worked before, it's worth giving a shot for me. So that is when, as a customer, you will get more involved and invested in actually taking it forward. So once you bring your prospect to that stage of, let's say, being invested and wanting to work with you, this is exactly when you move them to number 4 with this connect with the CTA. So what does connect with the CTA means? This is exactly where you're telling your prospects, come on, take action and work with me. So until then, if you see, you're giving them some introductions, basic informations, and your goal is to make them look for more, ask for more, or maybe, let's say, understand more. So in number 1, 2 and 3, instead of giving a direct CTA for booking a meeting with you, you can rather give them something that will lead them to more, or maybe just give one CTA to book a meeting. But the goal of 1, 2 and 3 is to make them reply to you or connect with you. But the goal of number 4 is directly to book a meeting with you. Based on all the information, the proof of concept, and most essentially, the way in which you think the company can work with you, send them a clear call to action of what they can expect once they connect with you, what they can expect if they start working with you, and how will they be after 90 days of starting to work with you. So this way, when you give very clear milestones, see, another thing, 90 days is just a benchmark. You can give them 6 months or 1 year or however pertains to your process. But 90 days is a very solid timeline, so it's not too long and not too short for you to show some results and for them to also see a progress. So maybe stick to 90 days, but if needed, extend it as much as you want with respect to your persona. Okay, so now if you see, you ask them to book a meeting with you. You can see that many people are actually going ahead and booking a meeting with you. Now from here, in order to increase that number and double down on it, choose number 5. So number 5 is the one that focuses on revenue and ROI for your client when they invest in you. So this is what hits the switch and tells them, okay, so if I'm investing this much, what is something that I can get back? So here's where you'll show them some significant numbers of, let's say, the investment that's needed in you, plus what is the ROI that they can expect. So here you're making them aware of not just what they have to invest in you, but also about what they get back. So this will give them a very clear perspective with respect to the numbers that they are putting in and the numbers that they are taking out. So this will also help you to eliminate the pricing objections, because you don't want to get on a call and then wonder, okay, this person cannot afford me. That's not where you wanted to go, right? If you wanted to have a deal that says 17 lakhs a month, then you should find a company who has a budget of 20 lakhs a month. So this way, they will be more comfortable because that's within their budget, and for you, it will be a right prospect as well. So ensure these numbers are suited, right? So give them a certain number. If a prospect is asking for numbers, always give it to them, because the reason they are asking is out of concern, and nothing is going to come out if you keep dragging and at the end you're not able to budge on your numbers. So keep your numbers transparent, keep your numbers exactly evident, so that the prospect also know what they are looking at or what they are signing up for. Okay, so now after all of this, another major question will come to you. How do I position this? That is, let's say, how frequently should I send these emails, or how many such rotations should I go for? Ideally, what I would say is, if you're sending message 1 on day 1, send the message 2 probably on day 3 or day 4, and then the next one day 7 or day 8, and then number 3 by day 10 or day 11, and then number 5 by day 12, day 13 and day 14, consecutively with different case studies and with different measures of ROI. So this way, when you actually do it, your client will have a consistent follow-up approach, plus on the same time, they will have a lot more access, lot more time to think, time to observe your information and think about it. 15 days is a very good time for someone to take that time to check on your profile, to get back or to book a meeting with you. So do this once and let's say repeat this cycle in a different nurture sequence. We'll speak about nurture sequence in the upcoming video, but overall if you see, this framework for cold calling is most certainly going to give you conversion. So if you're focusing on cold calling as a marketing sequence, this 5-step framework will most certainly be your savior. So do not procrastinate this, implement it right away and do tell me how it works. So if you're preparing scripts and you wanted an expert eye on it, do reach out to me on LinkedIn and we'll have a discussion on how we can catalyze your email responses. And if you want to work more deeply on B2B marketing and on B2B sales, do subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it in your community, and do get connected with me on my Instagram, LinkedIn, and certainly on YouTube. And you're most certainly going to get very good weekly snippets of how you can power charge your B2B marketing and in turn supercharge your profits as well. So with that being said, signing off for now, Saranya Narayana Moorthy. I'll meet you in the next video.